Good morning. Let's have a look at yesterday and then on to today, where we'll be doing a live chat or live stream at the YouTube channel. So we're going to give that a good go today. I trialed it last night and it was quite successful. Completely free, allows you to have a chat in the corner with me as well. So I'm hoping that will work. An alternative will be the live stream here, but that wasn't working yesterday. So we've got two options. We've got the live stream here and the YouTube one. We'll start the YouTube one at 2 o'clock or earlier. So I want to get on earlier to make sure that it all works correctly. On to yesterday. I was a bit flustered yesterday, I'm afraid, with all of the problems that seemed to mount up from the Footballtradingprofits.club live stream not working. And then I had to go onto Zoom, and that was it's just not good enough. And then the electricity went, etc., etc. So a day where we could have made a really good day out of it, but distraction, I'm afraid. But I'll be more on the ball today. Hopefully you made a profit or two yesterday. Had a 0-0 at half time, Man City and Everton. Could have laid that draw. I looked for 3.5 and lower. Easy as you like for Man City when you've got Erling Haaland and you can bring on Kevin De Bruyne. Did lay Fulham 3-1 up, given Bournemouth's excellent in-play stats, and we were led a bit astray by the in-play stats yesterday. Bournemouth and Wolves, two of the main culprits. But when you're laying aside 3-1 up, it's minimal liability. Liverpool and Burnley, don't forget there's such short-priced favourites. 3-0, 3-1, any other home score. So you could have looked at that in a half-time market. 3-1, any other home score. Luton and Sheffield United. You could have actually made a profit from the 0-2 to the 1-2. Even though it was a penalty. I was looking at Luton's 4-goal haul recently with Elijah Adebayo scoring an absolute shed load. But they didn't turn up. And this was a case of probably self-belief from Sheffield United. They said to themselves, we're playing a fellow newly promoted side. I think we can get something here. And indeed they did. Tottenham and Brighton, and a nice and simple trade this one. Far different than the Brighton win in the head-to-head in December, I think it was. This is a sturdy Tottenham side. Maddison's back. Son Heung-min is back. Kulusevski, Richarlison. It's a very robust Spurs side. Nice and simple trade, that one. Wolves and Brentford. Well, Wolves were doing everything right. I think 10 times out of 10 I would have played exactly as I did yesterday, and I would have lost exactly as I did yesterday. Hit 100 plus in the attacking pressure index. Tend to score the majority of their goals second half. But please remember the odds. 2.2 the favourite. It's not telling you it's a gimme. Compare that to that and to that. Please pay attention to the market conclusions. Nottingham Forest and Newcastle rather passed me by, but yet again we had both teams to score under Nuno Espirito Santo's Nottingham Forest. Looking great, but just not crossing the line of late. It's all very nice, but you're not getting a result. A bit later on, Lille scored first against Paris Saint-Germain. If only all trades were like this one, would be millionaires' rodders. Score, equalise, ka-ching. Wow, I got out at the equaliser. In the Bundesliga, curse of the Champions League. Curse of the Europa League. Curse of the Champions League. Emphatic stuff from Bayer Leverkusen. This is down to pre-Champions League Bayern Munich. Simple as that. Werder Bremen and Heidenheim. Well, this is when my electricity went at 0-2. We could have got a trade here, I think, but you'd have to be very, very quick. Werder Bremen's run of 3 consecutive wins ending yesterday. Union Berlin winning yet again when market leaders. Really good pattern, that one. Mönchengladbach and Darmstadt, very disappointing not to get a goal second half in that match. Lazio, pre-Champions League, delivered. AC Milan, Roma and Inter, derby-style match. I don't tend to play those, but a really good performance from Inter Milan. You thought Daniele De Rossi's Roma had the win, but no. Excellent stuff. Sassuolo and Torino, no play there. Heracles and Vitesse. Did we get Jizz? Did Jizz turn up? There he is. Didn't score yesterday, old Jizz. But he was instrumental in a couple of wins. Excellent performance for Vitesse Arnhem. From Heracles. It was an excellent performance from Vitesse Arnhem early on, before the red card. A 2-goal lead, thoroughly deserved if you followed in-play stats. But then the red card came and it all changed. Looking at the La Liga, Real Madrid, well, what a marker. Pre-Champions League. Pre-Champions League, Real Sociedad. I did lay over 1.5 goals, cover the 0-1. Sociedad just couldn't cross the line. And this was typical pre-Champions League for not a very big side. So being this deep in the Champions League is going to impact on their performances. Looking on to today, and it'll be a 2 o'clock start for the live stream, but I will be on earlier because I want to trial it and make sure it works. So it's profit live from trading on Betfair. You'll see the live stream come up. You'll have to subscribe and I'll be live. I did a live yesterday for an hour just to trial it, and it worked well. I'm going to have to change the heading here because this should be Football Trading Profits. So we've got a backup. We've got the live stream here and we've got the live stream at YouTube. I want to use a YouTube live stream today as it allows you to chat to me as well, and that's not something we've readily got from this Footballtradingprofits.club. So looking on to today's research, I've left the link here. So if you click on this link, this will take you here, and this is just for members only, I hope. So it will take you here. Make sure you subscribe and you'll be able to view the channel. Okay. So looking on to today, we've got, of course, a London derby. I'm not going to be researching London derbies. You should know by now, derby-style matches are very tough to unpack. But Arsenal must do something with Liverpool winning and with Manchester City winning. But this is a tough encounter for the Arsenal. Pre-Champions League, but not this week. I think Arsenal are playing Porto a bit later on the 20th of February. No, have I got it mixed up? Yes, on the 21st of February. They're away at Porto. That's not going to impact them today. This is why they're playing on a Sunday. Aston Villa against Man United. Well, an unexpected 1-3 loss against Newcastle. The thing about Man United, we don't know which Man United turns up. Garnacho and Højlund are starting to score readily. And if they click, it's always a good sign for Man United. 73% over 3.5 goals at home for Aston Villa. They've scored first in 8 out of 11 at home and led at half-time in 7 out of 11 at home as well. So they're pretty good at home, but both teams have scored in the last 3 home matches. Man United are very tough to read. 3-1-2, 4-3 goals scored recently. We need to see Garnacho and Højlund in top-notch form. Fantastic match, but not a good trading side, Man United, because of their unreadability. Don't forget, against the top 9, United have failed to score in 4 matches. This is what I'm talking about. Contrast that with the recent goal scoring, and which way are you going to lean today? Coventry and Millwall. Coventry have been very hard to beat. Only 2 defeats since the 11th of November. You're going to favour them against Millwall today. Getafe and Celta Vigo. Getafe are favoured on seasonal form at home. With only 4 wins all season, Celta Vigo could be vulnerable. Only 1 win in 6 matches for Getafe, but notably, only 2 home losses came against 1st and 13th. So you take the 13th out of the equation, and it's pretty decent home form. Only 4 wins for Celta, as I say, all season. Mallorca, Rayo Vallecano, and no apologies for not researching this, 2.3 the favourite. Sevilla and Atletico Madrid. Only 4 wins for Sevilla all season. It's awful stuff. They beat Rayo Vallecano recently, but that's nothing to brag about. 100% wins for Atletico against 11th and lower. They're playing 15th today. Atletico play in the Champions League on the 20th of February, so there's no excuses this week for a subpar performance. Barcelona and Granada. Champions League for Barca on the 21st of February. So again, no excuses. No draw in 12 at home for Barca. Scoring in the last 22 matches. Really solid stuff. They've got a really simple task, I think, today. Only 2 wins all season for Granada, who failed to score in 3 of the last 4. Bundesliga, Stuttgart against Mainz. I think the market's right here. Only 1 win all season for Mainz, and you know they are really find it tough to score that second goal. They've failed to score that second goal in all matches since the 11th of November. So if they score first, they are very, very vulnerable. 11 consecutive under 2.5 goal matches for Mainz. Normally when I see stats like that, I would look to back 0-0 pre-match at its highest point, in the hope that the Mainz defence is what stands out in this match. Hoffenheim and Köln, talk about unreadable sides. 2 losses and 2 draws latest for the Hoff. Only 1 win since the 4th of November. Both teams have scored in the last 9 matches. They might get away with it against a Köln side with only 3 wins all season. Köln's only away win was against bottom of the league. Italian Serie A, Fiorentina against Frosinone. Chance for Fiorentina to get back to winning ways today. No win in 11 away for Frosinone. 3 defeats and a draw for the Viola recently. Bologna and Lecce. The market looks about right here with Bologna favourites. 4 defeats all season. No win in 11 away for Lecce. 13 out of 18 goals scored at home comes second half for Bologna, so do watch out for that second half status. Monza against Verona. Favour Monza in seasonal form. Verona simply can't win away. Verona are likely to be capped to a single goal. Genoa against Atalanta. Fascinatingly poor form away for Atalanta. They've lost away to 6th to 14th. Wow, they're playing 11th today. Unbelievably poor form. Don't forget they're 4th in the league. So that's what pervades this market today. That's why they're not even odds on favourite. No defeat in 8 and in 7 at home for Genoa. Only 1 win though, home and away against the top 8. Watching brief for Atalanta, given their woeful away form against exclusively 6th to 14th, and that's notable, as I say, in playing 11th. AC Milan and Napoli, another derby style match. I'm not going to research. These tend to be wide open, but I've got to be favouring AC Milan here. Napoli, a shadow of the champion side of last season. Go Ahead Eagles against Pek Zwolle. I'll be around for this one. Too tight form-wise for me. I can't split the 2 sides. You can make as equally a good argument for either side. Both teams are scoring 2+ goals recently as well. Heerenveen and Ajax, I would naturally be favouring Ajax. They've had a hell of a second half of the season. No defeat in 12, scoring in the last 15. Outstanding. Utrecht and Fortuna Sittard. Utrecht are unbeaten since the 22nd of October, which is a superb stats. But touch the old Udineses about Utrecht. It must be sides with an U in the name. 8 draws. Only 1 win in 5 for Fortuna Sittard. They really shouldn't land a blow. 6 1-0 defeats away at half time. Volendam and PSV and Feyenoord. Well, I don't need to be wasting time researching these. 1.05 and 1.10 tells you everything you need to know. There is, of course, a number of other matches on throughout the day. I think it's the African Cup of Nations final, or is it? I'm not too sure. Nigeria against the Ivory Coast. I don't like playing these one-off events. French League I'll follow that with interest, and we'll be meeting a couple of those matches at 2 o'clock. But it's a very tough market, as you can see. 2.38, 2.3, 2.15, 2.15 again. Very tough. The Dutch Eredivisie, I will be following that today, and La Liga. I think we've got a number of other matches. We've got the Czech 1 League, Austrian Bundesliga. Las Linz, strong favourites today. Karabag in Azerbaijan. The Jupiler League as well has been a pretty good league to trade. You had Union Saint-Gilloise coming from behind yesterday. 1.62 favourites, Antwerp against newly promoted Red-White Molenbeek, I think they're called. So that's worth following. Moving on down. Croatian HNL 1 League. Hajduk Split, very strong favourites today, and Rijeka, well worth following as well. Croatian League is coming back after a winter break, as is the Czech 1 League. Teplice and Slavia Prague, one of 2 Prague sides who tend to dominate the league. Elsewhere, Finnish Liga Cup. It's nice to see the Finns back. We'll have the Ekstraklasse, the Viscountliga back with us very soon. Bundesliga Zwei as well. Well worth looking at. Normally get a good trade out of that one. Greek Super League. Kefisias, newly promoted, have tended to be very vulnerable. Panathinaikos in with a chance at the title, so they'll be worth following as well at 3 o'clock. So as you can see, we've got a lot of additional football today. All hail to the ale, my favourite team, Hapoel Beersheva. If they change their name to Hapoel Craft Beer Sheva, that'd be an even more favourite team of mine. They are superb. They've been an excellent trading vehicle this season. Coming from behind, 0-0s at half time, they tend to get that goal importantly. I think they're top of the league as well. Eerste Divisie, full of goals yesterday. Got a couple of odds on favourites there as well. We're expecting similar today. Polish Ekstraklasse, nice to see that back as well, but it looks a tough old coupon with a 2.5 and a 2.55 the favourite. La Liga Portugal, Sporting Lisbon playing Benfica. It's going to be one of their tougher encounters of the season. Braga are no gimmies. That's why Sporting Lisbon, they're usually 1.2, they're just up to 1.45. Benfica have got a tough away fixture as well. Do watch out for European club competition for these two sides as well. Unlikely to be affecting them this weekend with Champions League, but they might be involved in Europe. We can check that out here quickly. So we go to today's matches. Go down to Portugal. Pork and cheese. Where are they? Here it is. So you can have a quick look at upcoming fixtures. That's what the this site is excellent for. They're playing the young boys in the Europa League on the 15th. So if ever there's a time to take on or just be very wary, you saw about 3 or 4 teams yesterday not winning. Leipzig, very important, and Bayern Munich. These competitions are vitally important for these sides. Benfica are involved in the Europa League on the 15th as well. Now, the fact they are deep in the competition means they will take it seriously. And it's subconsciously. You saw it with Man City yesterday. You saw it with Paris Saint-Germain yesterday, resting Kylian Mbappe. They're going to be resting some key players. Kevin De Bruyne was rested first half yesterday for Manchester City. So Braga and Benfica, if they are to be got, it's going to be on a day like today, pre-Europa League. So do bear that in mind. Romanian 1 League as well. Steaua Bucharest, usually odds on favourites. SPL, Dundee United against St Johnstone. Don't have a strong opinion there, but quite happy to react in play. La Liga 2 has been a pretty good league as well. I played the Elche match yesterday, looking for a late equaliser, but it didn't come to fruition. So plenty of football. I'll be around from 2 o'clock, and I'll be around a little bit earlier for the live stream if you want to join me there. Probably going to start that about 1:30 to make sure all of the settings are set up. It's at the YouTube channel. Profit live from trading on Betfair. I'll leave the links for you here. Please subscribe because you also get the review preview video which you're watching now. And let's hope that this is the streaming facility that we can use. So my apologies for yesterday. I was thrown by all sorts of stuff happening, let down by the live stream, and let down by the electricity going and everything else. So I'll be more on the button today. Let's make some green. Let's make some profits. So I'll see you at the YouTube channel at 2 o'clock.